Hello everyone, ex-Wallkill Bethelite here. And there is no way Bethel is quarantining. And I'm sure different states have different, possibly slightly different laws as to the shutdown, as far as how many people can be in one place and things like that. There's just no way they can quarantine. Bethel couldn't quarantine any more than the prison system can quarantine. The only thing that I could imagine them doing, which I doubt they even do this, is supply everybody with masks. And again, I doubt Bethel has even supplied its own members with masks. And you also got to consider, there are different facilities. There's Brooklyn Bethel, there's Wallkill Bethel, Patterson. Now you got Warwick. I doubt they're able to quarantine or social distance at any of the facilities. Because you have to get something to eat. It's not like a Bethelite is going to have a fridge in his room and that fridge is going to be full of food and he ain't going to have to leave. I mean, I was in the C residence. We had a refrigerator. Our refrigerator would never stocked with food to the point where we just would never have to leave the room. We would have food in there so that we could sleep in on a Sunday and not have to wake up early on Sunday to go get breakfast. It's better to just have some food in your room for at least that one day so that you can just sleep in and not have to get up for breakfast time. Sleep in, eat something out your fridge. But I doubt all these Bethelites have fridges. I know all these Bethelites don't even have refrigerators. They don't have no place to put their food, even if they wanted to store everything in their room and not have to leave the room. Whether it be to go to the commissary, and oh my goodness, the commissary at Wallkill was super small. Commissary at Brooklyn, I went to go train at Brooklyn and stayed overnight there, and I got to see their commissary. I thought I was in freaking heaven. Their commissary, Brooklyn's commissary, was bigger, but that's not that big. It's not the size of a grocery store. The places these Bethelites have to go are typically fairly small. How on earth can they social distance? Are they only letting so many Bethelites in the commissary at once? Have you guys gone to the store where the store is only allowing so many people in at once to try to social distance, to try to keep everybody safe? I seriously doubt at Bethel there's social distancing when people are walking inside the commissary to get the stuff that they need. I doubt there's social distancing when they walk in the cafeteria to get the stuff they need. How are they cooking all this food? They got all these people that work as waiters and in the kitchen, and how are they cooking all this food? Here's a question for you. How are Bethelites getting their laundry? They're not social distancing. When I was at Bethel, there was a time where I was floating. I've worked in various different departments. I've worked at least at the Wallkill, at the farm, the Wallkill laundry. You have to have people to do all that laundry for the whole facility. You gotta have people to fold all the laundry, to organize all the laundry. You ain't social distancing in that laundry room. Let's say, okay, we're not going to have the laundry room. or the laundry department. Well, yeah, there are washing machines. That is true. How are you social distancing if the whole dadgum facility is all using them little laundry rooms? I would use a laundry room to wash certain things that I wanted to wash a certain way. If I wanted to use a certain type of detergent, certain type of soap, wanted, you know, a certain type of scent in there, yeah, I would wash my stuff too in the laundry room. But at that time, we weren't worried about social distancing. Bethel can't be complying with what they're supposed to be doing. They can't be complying with what they're supposed to be doing. Just like in prisons, and nobody's going to care that you got prisoners close to each other. But the same concept is at Bethel. You got these rooms. Some of them may have 3 people in a room. The only way I could imagine that working, because there was all kinds of arguments and people not getting along because Bethel was packing 3 people in a room. The only way I see that working, and it'd be real interesting, if after packing 3 people in a room for so long, Bethel then builds Warwick the same way, where they got people packed in these little rooms. That would be really interesting. However, the point is, the prisoners can't get away from their inmate. They can't get away from them. They can't social distance. It's the same at Bethel, especially for the rooms that got more than 2 people. The rooms that got 2 people, you can't social distance from your, I want to say prison mate, your roommate. These rooms are too small. There ain't no place to go. All these people have got to. The Bethelites got toilet paper? I'm wondering if Bethelites got toilet paper, because people have been hoarding toilet paper. It's not as bad now as it used to be, but people have been hoarding toilet paper. So when I was at Walk Hill, it was different. When I was at the farm, it was different. It wasn't like Brooklyn, where you just go outside and you got the whole city of Brooklyn if you wanted to go to the store or something like that. When I was at Walk Hill, A, you got to have a car. B, you got to drive to the closest city to go to the store. Because when I would go to the store, some things ain't going to be in a little Walk Hill commissary. When I would drive to the store, I would always see other Bethelites. Going to the nearest store. It's not convenient, because you have to technically drive to another city to get certain things. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember the name of the city I would have to drive to go to this, go to different stores and get certain things. But you got all these people who, everybody doesn't have money to go and stock up on stuff. If you're a Bethelite, most likely, yeah, you may have money to go to the store every now and again to go and get something, but you ain't got money to stock up on no toilet paper, because you worried that they ain't gonna have none the next time you go to the store. You ain't got money to stock up on milk, because you worried they're not gonna have, and that shouldn't be a problem at Walk Hill, because Walk Hill, we purchase milk and things like that to serve at the table. But yet and still, if they have milk just for meals, you're not going to be able to glean enough milk. Or what that means is wait till after the meal is over and try to grab whatever's left. There ain't going to be enough milk left for everybody to grab enough to have in that room. How are Bethelites surviving during this whole crisis without putting themselves around a bunch of other people? And I wonder how much the Bethelites family members care about this situation. They've got a relative in New York, in a facility, the one I was in, Walk Hill, you got small rooms where you can't get away from your roommate. You got small commissary, so if you're going down there, you ain't going by yourself. You either working in the laundry where you're in danger, or you got to go to the laundromat to get your laundry done. And I'd be surprised if your son or daughter even has a refrigerator. The only reason I had a refrigerator is because my roommate technically had one, and we were in the C residence. That was like one of the nicest residences at Walk Hill. He'd been there for like 10 years. Who knows how long he saved up for that refrigerator? But most people, I don't think, had refrigerators unless you had been there for a long time and you saved up or figured out or had somebody donate one or got some somehow. I mean, are people donating toilet paper for Bethelites so they don't have to wipe their ass with their daily texts? I mean, because what else are you going to do with the pages of your daily texts that you've already read? You read your daily texts, and then the old page that you're done with, you rip it off and you use it for toilet paper if you're a Bethelite and you ain't got no toilet paper. And when I was there, when I was at Bethel, they told me, oh, there's certain things we just don't provide y'all. There's so many things people don't know about Bethel. You just assume, oh, they just give y'all this or they give y'all that. They give you a washcloth, they give you a towel. There's so many things, they ain't supplying you with that. You got to go get it yourself. So you got Bethelites in the same situation that we're in, except for they don't have as much money. They may not have the transportation to be able to get to and fro. Their relatives may or may not be checking on them, because after about a year at Bethel, people stop checking on you. They about forget about you. It's the same as when a person has a lot of friends at a Kingdom Hall and they move to another hall. Well, after a while, they stop checking up on each other. They don't really check up on people unless they go to the same hall. Who's checking up on these Bethelites? I doubt anybody. I seriously doubt anybody. So Bethel, I seriously doubt, is able to, and it's a shame because it's a religious facility, supposedly. You know what I mean? They should go above and beyond for people, for their members, especially members that are willing to sacrifice everything. People are willing to trust their kids with this organization. They should go above and beyond to make sure their members are safe and make sure their members have everything they need so that they don't have to leave their room very often. Here's another thing that Bethel could do, but I doubt that they do. Bethel has got cabins, nice cabins for, you got people with a lot of seniority. They can use them more often than others. They got rooms, guest rooms. I bet you them Bethel guest rooms are empty while they got all them Bethelites piled up on each other. If you're a Bethelite, show them this video, because they need to open up them Bethel guest rooms. They got guest rooms that are empty. They don't always have guests in them guest rooms. Put Bethelites in there. I know they haven't done it. Put Bethelites in there. You shouldn't have guests. You shouldn't have tours. Bethel shouldn't have tours coming through. So you shouldn't have guests. So use all those facilities. Use the guest rooms. Oh yeah, y'all could probably social distance a lot better if y'all use them guest rooms for not impressing people that come through, but to keep the actual Bethelites safe. So, yeah, if you're a Bethelite, show your Bethel elder this video. No, don't do that, because they'll kick you out as soon as they find out that you've looked at something that wasn't on jw.org. You're not supposed to be looking at things other than, you know, the broadcast. So you can't look at anybody else's broadcast. But yeah, people need to check up on Bethelites. And I feel sorry for them, because the congregation's not going to. The congregation the person is from isn't going to check up on them. The congregation that they are in currently will check up on them if they like them. Come on now, you got to play politics. And your congregation has got to like you for them to give a damn about you. It's not like people are used to their congregation that they grew up in. Okay, you grew up in that congregation. It's like a sports athlete being a free agent. At your home team, they may stick with you through the slumps. But if you're a free agent somewhere, they expect you to win, and they want to win now. And if you don't produce, oh, you getting them boos quick. They ain't that loyal to you. You're a free agent. They just picked you up. It's the same thing for Bethelites. They got their congregations that they grew up in. Everybody cared about them. Well, to a certain extent, you had some people I'm sure cared about them. And then they go to Bethel, and these congregations that around Bethel are just used to getting Bethelites. They're just used to getting Bethelites. Then they expect you to be darn near perfect. And if you ain't, and they don't like you, man, you ain't getting no support nor any help. And there ain't nothing nobody can do. These people at these congregations, the congregations around Bethel, if they don't like a Bethelite, they almost trying to make it hard for them so that they'll leave Bethel, so that congregation just get them a different Bethelite. It's really like that. If they don't like you, man, if you give a talk, the congregation members are likely to not show up for that meeting. Like, they make it known they don't like a Bethelite if they don't like it. So don't be one of them blackballed Bethelites during this time period. Because that congregation, I'm sure, is looking out blatantly, obviously, for the Bethelites that they like, and they ain't looking out for the people they don't like. That goes, same goes for the politics at Bethel in general. The people that are liked, that know people in certain departments, yeah. Whoever's working in the food warehouse, you better believe they're hooking their friends up so that they ain't got to leave their room. You got certain people at Bethel that if you go to their room right now, I guarantee you they got chips, they got food, they got snacks. Why? Because they cool with somebody in a certain department. Don't be that person that people don't like. They are not going to care. It's really like that. I'm trying to tell you, it's really like that. Or if you want something, you better have something to trade for it. There ain't no loving brotherhood trades. You ain't getting no loving brotherhood trades. You want something from that food warehouse and you try to get in that hookup so you ain't got to leave your room so you can be safe. You better have something to trade for something if it's not in the commissary. So you got some people, I'm sure, going to commissary, putting themselves at risk, being around other people. Then you got other people that people like and got connections that I'm sure are getting the hookup. They got plenty of stuff in their room. Most likely, if your son or daughter is new, hadn't been at Bethel that long, they ain't got the hookup most likely. So yeah, you might want to check on your son or daughter and send them a little money if you can, because the organization ain't gonna take care of them like that. They got certain things installed there, but when that isn't enough, Watchtower ain't going above and beyond. So it is what it is. If you're at Brooklyn, you're gonna have certain benefits because you're there, and that's where the governing body had been for a long time. So I'm sure they've got things probably better off than we had it at Walk Hill at the farm. But however it is, that's how it is. Nobody cares per se. So Comment down below. Let me know what you think. How's Bethel quarantining? You know what I mean? You got all these people. You mean to tell me people are going crazy in their houses, being stuck in their houses? People are going crazy being stuck in their apartment. You mean to tell me you got all these Bethelites without no money? Some of them ain't got no TV. Some of them ain't got no radio. Some of them got no nice phone where they can just surf the web and all this. Some people don't have all that stuff because they working for free. All of them are working for free. So they got to be going nuts. Can you imagine you in your room and you ain't got nothing to do? Nothing to do. They have got to have Bethelites so ready to go home right now. You talking about being stuck in your room and not having nothing to do. For the ones that don't have TVs or don't have nice things. I'm telling you, it's a lot of favoritism. You're going to have Bethelites with people that got nice sound systems and everything in their room. Then you got other people that ain't got jack in their room. So, for those people, they have got to be ready to go crazy being stuck in that room if everybody's even staying in their room. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.